What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Ken Frederick Podcast, episode 114, Top 5 Favorite Christmas Movies. I want to say thank you for watching. If you just stumbled across us on the YouTubes, check us out at kfpodcast.com, at kfpodcast on Facebook, at Ken Fred Podcast on the Twitter, and at Ken Frederick Podcast, all your other social media needs. And also, please check us out on SoundCloud, where we put out fresh weekly content that is different from this fresh weekly content.
And check out KenSantaBag.com for all Ken's Christmas gifts.
Ken's Amazon wish list.
Ken's Amazon wish list.
We should have an Amazon wish list. Check us out at, I don't know.
Well, Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry
Our Christmas special.
Yep.
2 years in the making.
Last Christmas we did a podcast.
The very next day, you
It's
turn
on
I hate that goddamn song. It's always on. It's always on. And if you're in a store for too long, you hear 3 different people do it.
Oh,
Like a
Taylor
young girl,
Swift.
Taylor Swift does it, an old man. You know, it's like
So Taylor Swift does it with an old man.
Wow.
Just
So
breaking news.
I went to FedEx yesterday to ship out the gifts for my my goddaughter and her nephew, my nephew.
Let's just go. Go ahead.
So anyway, so I'm standing there trying to get these giant ass boxes shipped to Indianapolis, and I don't even remember what song it was. Christmas song comes on. The lady slams her hand down. I hate the version of this song.
If everyone acted with normal music like they do with Christmas music,
Yeah.
the world would be in utter chaos.
Oh, yeah. Christmas music really bothers some people.
Yeah.
It bothers people, certain versions of
Yeah.
songs.
You grew up hearing it. You don't want to hear some idiot sing it differently,
Yeah.
ruining it.
Like, what's the one Christmas song that I can never remember what it is now? I won't get back to it. But there's only
It's
one.
last Christmas. Everybody should have to watch that video one time in their life, too, just to be filled with the rage that I have over that video.
We should do a special where we watch the video while you're watching the video.
And just talk about it over the screen.
Yes.
So bad. It's so bad. But anyway, Merry Christmas.
Yes, Merry Christmas all.
And we're going to do top 5 movies and stuff like that.
And stuff like
Any
that.
other cool Christmas stuff? Any other Christmas stuff you hate? What's the one thing you hate the most about Christmas? Other than having to buy people gifts because you're a stingy cunt.
I actually enjoy buying people's gifts.
People's gifts. Hey, who are you buying gifts for? Let me buy gifts for your people. Give me your money. I'll go buy your gifts. You go home. Get out of here. I got
That
this.
sounds like something I would do.
Yeah.
I hate that I never have enough money at Christmas to buy enough gifts. That I think.
Okay.
I think if I had infinite income, I would spend more money than I do now.
You
because
just be like a giving tree.
yeah, that's me.
Ken the giving tree.
But
I want to ask Brock what he hates about Christmas.
I hate everything about Christmas.
I hate holidays. Oh,
I don't.
say that.
Holidays are stupid.
hey, you have 2 parents that loved you.
Holidays are stupid.
Oh,
You hate the
jeez.
traveling all around and
I
all the
do.
going and the hustle and the bustle.
I do. I would just love to just hang out.
Oh,
I do
me too. I don't know. I hate people that have weeks off between holidays. I'm like, I don't have to go back to work
Yeah,
until
me too.
January 16th.
Like me and Justin. Done for the year when it's the 20th.
I know. It's like,
Screw
oh.
you.
You know.
What I hate the most about Christmas? Rudolph the Red-Nosed
Thank
Reindeer.
you. I was actually just gonna say that.
I hate that show. I don't understand. I hate it. Every time it comes on, I get angry about it.
You know what the moral of that story is? You can bully people and treat them like shit until you need them to do something for you.
Amen. Treat a guy like an asshole. Santa Claus is
His
such
own father.
asshole in that thing. I'm so disappointed in you, Donner. They're like shaming this guy. If I was Rudolph and I walked in there and they were all like, "Hey, can you guide our side?" I would have like took. I don't know. The reindeers don't have middle fingers, but I would have been like, "F you! You can all this reindeer. I ain't leading you anywhere. You treated me like shit. You can all go screw yourselves." Why would you all of a sudden they need you now? You want to go? I'd have been like,
It's
"Go
a
to
typical
hell, Santa
bullying
Claus."
scenario.
It's the worst. It's the worst
Like,
story.
The poor kid gets bullied his entire life. His own father makes him put crap on his face. So
Cover him up in shame.
To shame him.
Yeah, it is shit. Because what other brown substance they put
Exactly.
Yeah. Comet shames him. They all shame him.
on it? Yep.
To make the poor guy leave, try to kill himself, and then all of a sudden they need him. They come crawling back. I would have told them all to go to hell. gave him a couple DX chops and walked out of the room.
Crotch chops.
Went and started my own business delivering gifts.
He had that cool lion guy that he was friends with.
Yeah.
He could have done something.
Yeah,
Which is clearly Jesus.
Yeah, on the Misfit Toys. Clearly.
Yes.
It's the worst. I can't stand that show. I hate the song. Here's another thing. I hate the song, and I hate when you're singing it with people.
The ad-lib?
And whatever ad-libs you learn from whatever school you went to that you think are the words, you throw in, like Monopoly.
Yeah.
Can I tell you the worst
Oh,
part?
it drives me crazy.
What nails on a chalkboard sound did they get for his nose to glow?
Yeah.
It sounds like a nuclear war siren.
Oh, like, why
His
does it
voice-
make noise?
Yeah.
His voice was terrible too after he became the hero. He's like, I'm ready, Santa.
Yeah.
Like, stop.
Oh, it's so
It's
annoying.
the worst.
I hate that. I also hate Frosty the Snowman too, which my wife gets so upset about.
I don't like that.
Well,
I don't like any of these.
somebody was talking about Frosty the other day and the fact that he stole that hat.
He did.
Well, I just don't understand why there's an evil magician in it and all that.
Oh, I don't remember any of this stuff.
It's his hat.
It's his hat as an evil magician. He wants to kill the thing and melt it. And it's just so weird. The horrible cop that's like, oh, there's a snowman talking, and it's just terrible. Where's the parents of those kids? It's terrible.
Last weekend, I think it was Saturday night, they just played all those horrible Christmas specials one after another.
Yeah.
Have you guys ever watched the Grandma Got Ran Over by a Reindeer cartoon?
No.
Don't.
That's his favorite Christmas song, if I remember from last year.
It is, but no. This is.
You like the show too?
Have you ever watched the cartoon?
He loves it.
There's like some whore redhead trying to get Grandma's store. So I watched it for the first time last night, and it was like a Fox 90s animation, and they all of a sudden decided to do.
You look like the X-Men?
Yeah, it was the same animation style, and like this big-titted bitch
Just trying to butter up the grandpa to get grandma's store.
Yeah, like here, son,
it's shady as shit. Yeah.
And then like so, Grandma
Big-titted
leaves.
bitch.
So Grandma leaves the house.
It's a Christmas show. I think I said on the Christmas show.
Twice.
Hey, I actually just read the definition of that word. I think we need to bring it back into mainstream.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that's gonna happen.
So go ahead.
So Grandma leaves the house. Two people witness her get run over by animals in a sleigh. No one in the house even wants to leave the house to look for her to see if she's all right. Then they're like, we'll just wait till the next morning. And then they go out and they find her jacket and her shoes and all this stuff.
Murder happened.
And then the cartoon jumps a year in the future. No one looked for Grandma for a year. It's definitely an interesting.
Terrible.
It's the worst.
It's terrible.
And
There's
I
a lot of
watched
that
it-
terrible stuff.
But I haven't watched any of that other stuff in so long. I finally just watched Charlie Brown Christmas.
I don't even know
actually
when
watched-
those shows are on, when they even air them. I'm glad because I don't want to see it. It just pissed me off.
The Charlie Brown one was okay.
I wish that on DVD.
If I was Rudolph, I would have made that Obama snowman kill everybody
Yeah.
in that place.
should've.
Took over to North Pole.
He totally
I'd be like,
should've.
check out my big friend. He's gonna kill all of you for making fun of me. Rudolph's revenge.
Yukon Cornelius would have been down with
Yeah, he'd
that.
have been down with the killing. So would the dentist and all that.
Where do you think Krampus came from? It's
Okay.
Rudolph.
Yeah. So now that we talked about all the things we hate, now we're gonna go into our favorite.
I'm sure
Christmas
we're gonna find things we hate about.
Well,
our
we'll talk about
favorites.
movies we hate after we do our top 5.
Okay.
So, yes, let's go KFP top 5. I figured this time around we'll all do a number 5. We'll work our way down instead of
All
going
right.
through
We're
all
going
of
to have
them.
so many duplicates.
We are gonna
See how
have-
many duplicates
Can I
we have.
guess number ones first?
No guessing.
I know.
guess-
I know yours, and I know yours.
No guessing.
Yours, I don't know.
We'll see if we were right. If you knew it afterwards.
Can I write it down on a piece of paper?
Go ahead.
I already wrote mine down. You looked at my paper.
I didn't look at your paper. I wrote mine down, but I know you can't read my chicken scratch.
All right, so we're starting with number 5, and Ken, we're starting with you.
All right, my 5th movie is Home Alone.
Home Alone.
It's okay. It's my 5th
It's
one.
okay. I like Home Alone.
It's
a must-watch.
None of
For
these.
me.
I don't have.
Oh, what's that even mean?
It's not a must-watch, but
is for me.
I like watching.
I enjoy it.
It's fun.
We watched it every Christmas Eve at the Atkinson house.
Oh,
Brock,
very
your number
nice.
5?
Santa's Sleigh starring Bill Goldberg.
I love that that's a top 5. Santa's Sleigh. That's hilarious that you in that movie. Just Bill Goldberg killing everybody.
Yep.
Oh, it's great. Did Santa's like pretends to be a good guy for so many years?
He has to because he lost a bet in a curling game with an angel.
But now he's back to being evil.
Yep, the 1,000 years are up and he can do whatever he wants.
Oh, that's
And
great.
he just goes and murders people.
Did they ever make a sequel to it?
I don't know if they did. It was probably direct to video as well.
Yeah, probably. Mine is, I wrote it down and I forget it. Mine is Elf for number 5.
Oh, okay.
I like Elf. I always enjoy it. It's always a fun watch.
I always enjoy Elf as well.
Yeah, I like the singing. I like the goofiness of it.
It's the only Will Ferrell movie that I can tolerate.
It's good. What's your number 5?
The Santa Claus. The first Tim Allen.
I hate that movie.
It's not my favorite of the series. It makes my top 5.
Wait a minute, it's not your favorite.
He's going to have all of them on there.
No, I don't have. I hate
It goes
the third one.
1, 4, 6, 2.
It's not your favorite Santa Claus movie?
No.
Wait, I'm so confused. But
has multiple
is there
Santa
more
Clauses.
Santa Clauses on this list to come, possibly?
Just one more.
One time. Favorite movie number 1, Santa Claus Part 5.
There's only 3, and the third one sucked.
All right, round
spoiler
4.
alert.
And at number 4, Brock.
A Christmas Story.
Oh.
It would be higher on my list if it wasn't so overplayed.
It is so overplayed.
24 hours.
Yeah.
of
Yep.
Christmas
As someone who
Story.
hasn't had cable in 3 or 4 years, I enjoyed that. It's not on all the time. I can just put the DVD in when
Yeah.
I want to watch it.
It's a really good movie. I laugh throughout it. There's a lot of great scenes
Are
in
you
it.
the kind of person that has to go visit the house?
No.
My sister didn't got me a tie from there. I'm not going to go to
I'm
Cleveland.
not going to go pay Cleveland to pay $15 to walk through someone's house.
No, I'm good.
Are you playing that game over there again?
Nope.
I'm going to hurt
Yeah,
you.
they both are.
As you can see, I can still have a conversation while
Justin
it's going
can.
on.
All right, my number 4 is Fred Claus.
Okay.
I don't know why. It's a newer movie. I mean, it was 2005 or whatever. I enjoy that movie a lot. I think Vince Vaughn is hilarious in that movie.
It's basically just a Vince Vaughn Christmas movie.
Well, I like, what's his name, too? What's his name?
Paul Giamatti.
Paul Giamatti as Santa. I think he's pretty funny in that
Yeah,
movie.
I actually forgot about that movie.
Who's
Yeah.
the elf that he fights with all the time?
Well, the guy, he has the dude that played the elf in it he's been in a lot of TV shows too.
Yeah, and he they're like in a snowball fight or
Yeah,
it's
it's just good. It's like, well, Kevin Spacey's in it, so it's weird now seeing.
oh jeez, now
But
it's
I don't know,
weird.
it's a feel-good movie at the end. I really like. I don't know. I always like it. It's always enjoyable. I always make sure I watch it now.
Okay.
Justin,
Number 4 for me. I'm gonna get ripped on here. The live-action Grinch, the Jim Carrey version.
yeah, it's fine.
Okay,
It's
all
my
right.
wife's favorite Christmas movie.
Oh,
That's
really?
weird.
Because my wife hates Christmas movies. Every one of these she hates, but that one she likes. I'm like,
Okay.
what? Ace Ventura, Pet Detective as as the Grinch?
That movie ruined the real Grinch for
I
me.
agreed.
Like when I see the Grinch, I'm like, ugh.
Yeah.
It's a lot of overacting by him
Oh,
in
yeah.
that. You know, it's whoa, he acted all crazy and stuff.
But I think that movie, that was one of his last ones before
He went crazy?
He went like really crazy in real life.
Yeah.
There's a movie about how he went crazy filming the Andy Kaufman movie
Yeah.
on Netflix, and I want to watch it because
Now he paints and stuff, and he's all weird.
He's weird.
What's your number 4?
Number 4 is Love Actually, because I love a good love.
Is that a Christmas movie?
Yeah, it happens during
Totally a
Christmas.
Christmas movie.
Yeah, it's one of the. It's like the Die Hard Christmas movie. It's
that one.
yeah,
I have a feeling Die Hard's gonna pop on someone's list here too. Maybe him, maybe you. I don't know what to say.
I just put a love story on mine. It's
All
my
right.
number 4.
Number 3, round 3. I'll go.
All right, go.
This is a remake of a classic, but I really like Scrooged, the Bill
Okay.
Murray version.
Okay.
I always liked the old Scrooge growing up. I like the story of Scrooge.
Yeah.
You know, A Christmas Carol, and I like Bill Murray's rendition of it. It's another one of these movies, Christmas movies, that always get a little choked up at the end. It gets to me because I'm a big pussy and I cry to a lot
Muppet
during
Christmas
movies.
Carol's better.
So I really like Scrooge. I think it's good. I think it's funny.
All right.
And then we'll go to Justin.
Number 3, right?
Santa Claus Part 8.
Home Alone.
Home Alone.
Oh.
It's good. Home Alone 2 or just 1?
Home Alone 2 is number 3.
I knew this was gonna bite me. Just Home Alone 1.
I like Home Alone 2 also.
Home Alone 2 was okay.
Okay.
Every time I think about Home Alone 2, Lost in New York, there's a stand-up by this one guy. He goes, "How do you get lost in New York? It's a grid system." He goes, that doesn't make any sense. And I always chuckle with that one right there.
Ken, number 3.
Number 3 for me is Nightmare Before Christmas.
Is that a Halloween movie or a Christmas movie? Because Alex loves that movie and he says it's a Halloween movie.
No, it's a Christmas movie.
Ken and Alex are going to fight.
Yeah, I'll punch your kid
Every
in the
time I
face.
ask him, he goes, "That's a Halloween movie."
It's the people of Halloween Town celebrating Christmas.
Yeah, they're breaking.
Alex stayed at my mom's a month ago, and he made her watch this movie. And my mom was like, I said, "What'd you do last night?" She was like, "He made me watch this weird movie, with these weird people in it." My son has such an obsession with The Nightmare Before Christmas.
Oh, really?
He loves Jack Skellington. That's like one of his favorite characters is Jack Skellington.
I'll have to show him. I did a pumpkin of Jack Skellington.
We did
couple
one this
years
year.
ago. Oh, did you?
We painted it white and everything. That's his guy. He loves Jack Skellington.
Well, yeah, I have friends that are huge.
When he had Disney Infinity, he would only play as Jack
Did you
Skellington
know
for a
the
while.
Easter egg, if you put him on Ghost Rider's bike, his head catches on fire?
Really?
Mm-hmm.
That's cool.
Yeah. All right.
Little Disney Infinity trivia for
There
you.
you go. Brock, number 3.
I also had Home Alone at number 3.
Yeah.
Good. Classic Home Alone.
Yep.
All right, going to number 2. Justin, you first. Here we go. This
Here
ought
we
to be
go.
good.
He's winding up.
This
like,
ought to be good. He's
cheeks.
giggling already.
His face is so red.
The Santa Claus Part 2.
What's that one called? The Escape Clause? Or
Yeah, no, that one's
this is number 2 movie. You don't even know the
it's
title.
the one where he has to get married.
Oh.
It's just the Santa Claus 2. It's the one where he has to get married.
It's the Mrs. Claus.
Yeah, the Mrs. Claus. Thank you.
Oh. I don't know why.
I don't know. I like that. Similar to Ken's Love Actually.
Don't bring me into this.
I'm a sucker for a good romantic comedy, and that's what
You
this
just
one's
said
about.
that Santa Claus 2 was a good like romance movie.
He did.
He did. Ken, give us your number 2.
I said romantic comedy. I didn't say romance
Oh,
movie,
sorry.
asshole.
All
Go ahead.
Sorry. My number 2 is Elf.
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 What do you like the most about it?
Me and my buddies quote all the time. It's like I always quote, "Bye, Mr. or thanks, buddy. Hope you find your dad."
The narwhal.
Yeah. Thanks, Mr. Narwhal.
And nice cameo by Peter Dinklage in that movie.
Oh yeah.
He's hilarious.
Oh, he's great.
He's like, look
That
how
is a
mad
funny
he's-
scene.
He's kidding.
Oh, he's an angry elf.
He's angry elf. Call me an elf one more time. That was before Game of Thrones.
Yeah, that's whenever he was doing. There was a good movie. Oh, never mind. He was.
Brock, number 2.
I had Love Actually at number 2.
Oh,
Boy, you guys with this Love Actually, I don't think I've ever even seen it.
It's good.
It's got Rick from Walking Dead in it before he made it big.
Yeah.
Before he was Rick.
And it has,
What's so good about it? It's this romantic who's the star
like
of it?
It's not really
It's,
romantic
an
comedy.
it's kind of an anthology movie.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
there's
follow like 5 different stories.
Um,
It's like a love between a parent and a child, a love between siblings.
Unrequited love.
And it's
Yeah.
all at Christmas time?
It's all
Yeah.
Christmas time, and it's all in like England, and there's like it's like
It's from England.
It sounds like you're from
You
London,
sound from London.
but it's just all different types of love, and it's just it's heartwarming. Like it's a good.
I'll have to check it out.
I think I have the DVD somewhere.
I do.
I got it on Betamax
All
somewhere.
right, my number 2, Christmas Vacation.
Damn it! I thought that was your number 1.
I love Christmas Vacation. I can watch it over and over and over again. I never get tired of it. It's classic.
You even quote it to the Walmart.
I quote it to the Walmart lady when I was buying trees, much to my wife's chagrin. She hates that movie. She hates Chevy Chase. I don't know how you hate Chevy Chase, but I married this person who hates Chevy Chase.
I'm not a big fan of Chevy Chase.
Yeah, I don't understand it. I think he's great.
All right.
But, yeah. That was,
Good
what
talk.
number was that? That was number 2.
That was number 2.
That's right. Now we're going to our number 1.
Yes.
Ken.
It was already mentioned once. Christmas Story.
That's your number 1.
I think so. I just like it. It paints a picture of like a Christmas time that maybe is a little too old-fashioned for my taste, but it reminds me a lot of how I grew up with Christmas time.
Yeah.
Because you didn't have like it was like, all right, I gotta watch TV. It's like Christmas parade's on.
Yeah.
I'm opening
Yeah.
gifts. I'm playing with
It's
my
good.
gifts
It's probably
all day.
number 6 for me. It just
Okay.
didn't make the top 5.
It just feels like, and also because it was on so much, there's a lot of memories of Christmas time while that movie's soundtrack for things that happened during
Yeah.
Christmas for me. I can remember, wrapping gifts at Christmas Eve. And I would never even watch the movie. You could watch that movie. It was on so long that you've seen the whole movie, but you just caught it in chunk. You
Yeah.
Tarantino'd the
Totally.
movie, and it was always on. So
Yeah. Watch parts of it here. The Bumpus is dog.
sons of bitches, Bubba says.
My number 1 movie
Mm-hmm.
is, you have a guess at it?
No, now that Christmas Vacation's gone, I don't know.
It's A Wonderful Life.
Really? Mm-hmm. I don't think I've ever watched it.
That movie, I grew up watching it at my grandma's house, and I only ever saw it from the part where he comes back and he's not dead anymore. And I always thought that's just how long it was. It was like 20 minutes, because that's all I ever saw. I'd always catch the end of it, and I'd be like, oh, here he goes running around, screaming, yelling. I'm like, okay. And then, like, after a few years of it, I got to the part where he got to see where, and I'm like, okay, it's a half hour long. I missed that 10 minutes where he's dead.
Yeah.
And then it wasn't until like later on in life where I was like, wow, this movie's actually really long. And I started watching it. I used to like it because, like, Christmas Story used to always be on TV until NBC bought it, and they made it that they only show it on Christmas Eve and Thanksgiving night or whatever. Because it used to always be on. You can catch it like Christmas Story at different parts. But now in the DVD, and I always watch a Christmas Eve night, and I don't know, I just enjoy, again, the whole story of, like, appreciating family and going through all that. And at the end makes me cry. I know. It's a great line at the end of it because it's so true, and it's something that speaking with all of us, he says the line at the end is, no one's a failure who has friends. And I think that line is such a perfect line because, I like friends and friendships. Friendships are important to me, and
Friendship.
it's a great line. Aww. So there you go, Justin.
Christmas Vacation.
Oh,
Number one.
Yeah.
couldn't guess it. You were an enigma to me. I got Brock's nailed. Like, I know
an
it.
enigma wrapped in a riddle.
Oh, I know Brock's too.
Yeah, he talks about it nonstop. Yeah. All the listeners should actually know this.
I know too. We're ready to guess it.
Well, no, hold on. I want to ask. So, is it? How long have you been watching Christmas Vacation?
Probably since it first came out.
So, is this like was it something you do with your parents or anything? Like,
no.
Okay.
I just enjoy that movie. I love all the Christmas or all the vacation movies.
Okay.
Except for the newest one. But
I would say it's the most quoted.
Oh,
like
absolutely.
I quote that movie all the time with don't throw me down, Clark. And at this point you can't even see the nuts. Oh wait, here they are. Here comes them. That's like, I love lines from that movie. There's great lines.
I think the first time in a while I watched this, I think I watched it at your house one night. It was just, it got thrown on. I was like, I'll stay here and watch this.
I can never remember though. As many times as I've seen this movie, I can never remember the yuppie guys next door. I can never remember his first name.
Oh, but I know it's the one chick from Seinfeld.
Well, yeah, because
Todd.
Todd. Why is the carpet wet, Todd? I don't know, Margot.
Yeah, that's Todd and Margot are great. Great movie. All right, we moving on to Brock's number one. Can we take a guess at it?
Sure.
In unison?
Yeah.
It's Jingle,
Jingle All the Way.
Absolutely. It's a perennial holiday classic.
That's right.
That's another movie I don't think I've seen all the way through.
Yeah, me either.
It's excellent. You need to watch it. Sinbad's in it.
Sinbad.
That's
Oh my
Arnold
God,
Schwarzenegger
yeah.
trying to get a
Turbo Man doll.
Turbo Man doll.
Yeah. There's so many great scenes in that movie.
Isn't the giant in it?
The Giant's in it. Vern Troyer's in it. Jim Belushi.
Oh, wow.
They're all evil Santa Clauses.
Evil Santas.
Oh,
Good.
it's a
Yeah, that's a good one.
cornucopia of superstars.
It really is.
So-
And Jake Lloyd. Anakin
Oh,
Skywalker.
Anakin Skywalker. So you go, yay!
He does, probably.
So a Christmas movie that I hate that's more of a newer Christmas movie is I can't stand that movie Christmas with the Cranks.
Never saw it.
With Jamie Lee Curtis and Tim Allen,
Oh,
where
no.
they don't want to go to Christmas anymore. They have a big block party and they don't want to do it anymore.
Well, they have that giant snowman that they.
Yeah, they have a snowman you have to put on your scene. It's like HOA. They all have to have these parties.
Yeah.
And they want to go to Hawaii.
Well, because it was going to be the first year their daughter wasn't coming home for Christmas.
It's so obnoxious. Then their daughter decides to come home. So, what's his name? John Belushi or Jim whatever Belushi brothers alive, or Dan Aykroyd. Yeah, one of those guys.
One of the Blues Brothers
Goes in and like organizes it all, and Jamie Lee Curtis is so obnoxious in that movie. The
She
whole
really
movie's
is.
obnoxious.
Yeah.
It's-
I don't
annoying.
hate it, but I wouldn't. I've seen it once or twice. And
They're
I'm
like,
like,
oh, she's coming home, and they had this big party for her, and Cheech Marin's in it. It annoys me. I don't like that movie.
Well, if Cheech is there, it's going to be a
What do
party.
you hate?
Miracle on 34th Street.
I do too.
Which one?
So me and Mindy were hanging out at the house and we were watching TV and she's like, oh, Miracle on 34th Street's on. Let's watch that. I go, why? She goes, oh, it's a Christmas movie. Put it on. I'm like, all right. And we start watching.
So boring.
She goes, this isn't the one where the guy dies. I said, "Go." No, this isn't A Wonderful Life.
This isn't the good one.
She goes, all right, and just fell asleep. I'm like, I ain't watching this shit anymore.
I'm putting Chopped on.
Yeah, but I did. And it's just a war between Macy's and Gimbel's and Santa Claus. It's just like
it's terrible.
I don't see why everyone quotes there is a Santa Claus, Margaret or whatever her name is. But yeah, I just can't stand that one.
How about you? What do you hate?
A Christmas Story. I don't like that movie.
Really?
I no particular reason. I don't care for the movie.
Well, shut your face.
You don't like the Bumpus's dogs?
No, I don't like the leg lamp and Fragile. And
Now you should see all the people in this neighborhood that have leg lamps.
And you're going to shoot your eye out, kid.
Yeah.
And nothing about that movie appeals to me.
That movie changed me. One thing that every time I see the word fragile, I pronounce it fragile.
Yeah,
because of that movie. And I go, it must be Italian. Like I said, it's like clockwork. I say it every time. I get a package. I'm like, oh, fragile must be Italian. Like oh my god, I've been saying that my whole life. Like it's ridiculous.
But I think it's the only thing that people that watch that movie is going to be like, oh,
get it?
Because I do that at work. I go, oh, Fragile, it must be Italian. I was like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, they look at you like you're dumb.
I'm like, no, never mind. It's from a movie.
Broccoli.
I really don't like the Santa Claus. Sorry, Justin.
It's all right.
He has 2 of those movies on his list.
I've only seen the first one, and that was enough.
There was 2 was not bad.
The one with Jack Frost in it is horrible.
That's the third one.
Martin
that is
Short.
Horrid.
Oh, Martin Short. Oh.
Yeah, that one's terrible.
That one's horrible.
It was real close for me for my number 5 between that first Santa Claus and the Polar Express.
The Polar Express creeps me out.
Oh, really?
Okay.
With how weird everyone looks, and I just never got into it.
I like it.
You know, I'm surprised Bad Santa's not on anyone's list.
I love Bad Santa. I watch that I already watched that a couple of days ago, but it's not. I don't know. That movie's just.
That was another one of those HBO marathons for us.
Yeah, it's not like I don't know.
If you weren't such a dipshit loser, Don.
Because it wasn't a dipshit loser. The kid does have some great lines in it. Are you kidding me?
I saw the movie at the theater, and there's only a point where when I watch movies like that, where I start to cringe for everything that's happening, and I feel bad. Like
when he's yelling at the lady
Yeah.
when he's eating the salad, I'm having my effing lunch break.
Yeah.
And he's screaming at that. And she's like, "What's wrong with you?"
and that's why I'm like, why do I have to?
It's really depressing. Like
Yeah.
when
It
he's
is.
pissing himself, and then he's the balls on. I mean, there's some real. I like when he takes that last sip of vodka, tears open the advent calendar, eats all the candy, and then just follows the camera down on the ground and passes out. Like it's hard. I watched Bad Santa 2 on Netflix. That was not good. They really should have done a remake of that. It was kind of like really off. The kid's kind of big and dopey and still the same, and
it's going to be the same movie. It's not going to get.
well, the thing they did with it is like the way it ends is like that he's trying to better his life and like it's going to be different.
Yeah.
But it didn't work. Like he's still a piece of shit and trying to kill himself, and it's like okay, still banging fat chicks and doing the whole thing.
I never needed the story of what happened to him afterwards.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
and I never felt the need to watch that movie really again. I was like,
Yeah. It's some lines I like from it.
It's a train wreck movie. You watch it because it's a train wreck.
It's hard. I like Bernie Mac in it.
I miss Bernie Mac.
Me too. Because I love the negotiation scene where they're like trying to do the negotiation and he's like half. He just keeps saying half, and they're like 43. Half. He has some good lines in that movie.
Bernie Mac from the Oceans movies.
Oh, Bernie
Yeah.
Mac's great in the Ocean's
Bernie
movies.
Mac, he's great.
He's great in Transformers 1.
When him and the midget are fighting in Bad Santa, and the midget's saying all those nasty things to him, he's like, "You got some mouth on you, midget." And then he's like, this mouth is on your wife's. You know what? Last night, it's terrible. You watch it with people, you're like, "Oh my god, what are we watching here?" But is there some way we can get in here that you enjoy Emmett Otter's Christmas? Because you always talk about that on everything.
I was going to put it on my list. It was like 6. I know it was like movies.
Is that a movie?
It's like it was like an HBO special.
Yeah.
I love Emmett Otter's Young Ben Christmas.
Do you still watch it?
I have to get the DVD out because I want to show the girls it. But like,
And they'll be so disappointed, and you'll be so mad.
hey, I don't give a shit.
You're like, what's this shit?
I might dig it out tomorrow while I'm off and watch it myself.
There you go.
Because I have to get Elf out and all that.
You
other
should do that because that's the only way you're going to actually get to enjoy it this year. Because like Don said, showing it to those girls.
Hey, they watched Rudolph and they didn't laugh. Like, because Rudolph
sucks.
You watch Rudolph now and you're like, what is this? Like, kids,
It's a pro-bullying message.
Yeah.
well, not even that, but like optically to watch.
Yeah,
this
it's
is,
like really bad stop motion.
The
It's like,
claymation.
it's just all Parkinson's reindeer.
it's like paper backgrounds.
Yeah,
I hate it. I hate when I hear when Saber plays a Christmas channel up there and every person has to remake it, singing it differently. I don't want to hear it. I hate the beginning of it. I hate the song. I hate everything about it.
I feel like there's some songs that you need to just go, all right, it's done. Elvis sings Blue Christmas. That's it.
That's it.
You know, Whitney Houston, Mariah Carey sings All I Want for Christmas Is You. That's it.
Well, who sings Rudolph then?
Nobody.
Nobody.
The
Burl
original-
Ives.
That's Snowman.
That's
Burl
it.
Ives.
Yeah,
That's
Burl
it.
Ives. And there you go.
Merry Christmas.
Everyone. Happy New Year.
God bless us, everyone.
I want to drop an F-bomb.
Everyone, say something nice.
Yeah.
Merry Christmas to you three, too.
Hey,
Merry
Christmas.
Christmas, guys.
happy
you
holidays
go.
all.
We'll see you in the next year,
Yeah.
hopefully.
If we remember to record.
Our next podcast we're going to do is live from my house on New Year's Eve.
We'll see how that goes.
See how that goes.
it's no SoundCloud next Friday morning.
No.
Like they care.
I know. I'm just.
They do.
I'm trying to do things other successful channels do by letting their audience know they're not going to get an episode next week.
There you go. We'll
That's
see you on
your
New
Christmas
Year's.
gift. No
Merry
more
Christmas.
audio. Merry Christmas.